यस्य प्रसादा भगवत प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादा नागति कुटोपि ध्यायां स्तुवं स्तस्य यशस्ति संध्यम वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदम श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री गुरुदेव। We shall continue from text 25 from the chapter Spiritual Masters. Text 25. चतुर्थ श्लोके तकरी जगते आशीर्वाद सर्वत्र मागिया कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रसाद. Translation. In the fourth verse, I have invoked the benediction of the Lord upon all the world, praying to Lord Chaitanya for his mercy upon all. After invoking the three deities of Vrindavana, namely Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Radha Govind Dev, and Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, in the end, the author invokes the mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on which the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita is based. Chaitanya Charitamrita represents the whole saga of love between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his various associates who have come down from Golok Vrindavan to spread the message of love among each and every living entity on this face of this earth. Text 26. शेष श्लोके कही बाह्य अवतार कारणम पंचषष्ठ श्लोके कही मूल प्रयोजन. Translation. In that verse, I have also explained the external reason for Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. But in the 5th and 6th verses, I have explained the prime reason for his advent. The author, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, explains the various reasons for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented on this face of the earth. There are two reasons, fundamentally, the internal and external reasons. Text 27 to text 31. ये छाय श्लोके कही चैतन्येर तत्व आर पंच श्लोके नित्यानंदेर महातत्व. आर द्वि श्लोके अद्वैत तत्व व्याख्यान आर एक श्लोके पंच तत्वेर व्याख्यान. यही 14 श्लोकेर करी मंगलाचरण तान्ही मध्य काही सब वस्तु निरूपण. सब श्रोत वैष्णवेर करी नमस्कार यही सब श्लोकेर करी अर्थ विचार. सकल वैष्णव सुन करी एकमान चैतन्य कृष्णेर शास्त्र मत निरूपण. Translation of these verses. In these 6 verses, I have described the truth about Lord Chaitanya, whereas in the next 5, I have described the glory of Lord Nityananda. The next 2 verses describe the truth of Advaita Prabhu, and the following verse describes the Panchatattva, the Lord, his plenary portion, his incarnation, his energies, and his devotees. These 14 verses, therefore, offer auspicious invocations and describe the supreme truth. I offer my obeisances unto all my Vaishnava readers as I begin to explain the intricacies of all these verses. I request all my Vaishnava readers to read and hear with rapt attention this narration of Sri Krishna Chaitanya as inculcated in the revealed scriptures. These 5 or 6 verses fundamentally describe how the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita is divided. It starts with the description of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then goes on to describe Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Acharya. These are the 3 primary lords who have advented on this material planet in Kali Yuga. Then there are 2 more aspects to these lords, namely Sri Gadadhar Pandit and Sri Srivas Acharya. The 5 together, the 3 lords and the 2 devotees, namely Sri Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Thakura, represent the Panchatattva. One who understands the Panchatattva and takes shelter of them is sure to achieve the love of Godhead and go back home, back to the spiritual world, where he can permanently serve the lordships of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Text 32. Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakasha Krishna Ye Chaya Rupe Karena Vilasa. Translation. Sri Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters, the devotees, the diverse energies, the incarnations and the plenary portions. They are all 6 in 1. As we had discussed earlier, the entire creation comes out from the body of Lord Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the one who enjoys various pastimes from his own expansions, his plenary portions, his devotees and the devotional energy. So thus, the Panchatattva that we described earlier are just the expansions of Sri Krishna who have come to the plane of this physical earth in Kali Yuga, so that the devotees can take strength from the various pastimes of the Panchatattva and establish themselves in devotional service. Text 33. Yei chaya tatvera kari charana vandana prathame samanya kari mangala charana. Translation. I therefore worship the lotus feet of these 6 diversities of the one truth by invoking their benediction. After introducing us to the Panchatattva and describing that all of them are the expansions of Lord Sri Krishna, the author goes on to explain in detail about each of these characters of the Chaitanya Charitamrita and what is their relation with respect to the lordships Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Text 34. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Chat Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnation, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primordial Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. In the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is of primordial importance. There are 2 types of spiritual masters who give this mantra. They are the instructing spiritual master and the initiating spiritual masters, namely the Shiksha Guru and the Diksha Guru. In this verse, the author describes that the Lord is composed of the 3 main lords, his energies and his devotees. The 3 main lords are represented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Acharya. Whereas his energies are represented by devotees like Sri Gadadhar Pandit, who is a manifestation of Srimati Rukmini Devi and Sri Radharani combined, as well as Sri Jagadananda Pandit, who is an incarnation of Satyabhama of the Dwaraka Leela, and Damodar Pandit, and so on. There are other devotees of the Lord who take the mood of a perfect devotee, just like Srivas Thakur, who is an incarnation of Narad Muni. Hence, these 3 different energies of the Lord, namely the Lord, his energies and his devotees, are discussed in this verse. Text 35. Mantra Guru Ara Yata Shiksha Guru Ganam Tahara Charana Age Karya Vandanam. Translation. I first offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my instructing spiritual masters. As a living entity enters devotional service, he first meets various Vaishnavas. The journey begins when a person tries to inquire within himself the purpose of life. As one starts his journey by the blessing of the Supreme Lord and by the inspiration of the Chaitanya Guru, which expresses itself as the Paramatma in the heart, one is led to the association of Vaishnavas. When one interacts with the Vaishnavas, he may be attracted to certain types of Vaishnavas who serve as the instructing spiritual master. An instructing spiritual master is one who gives one the detail of how one can serve the Supreme Lord and what are the rules and regulations that are to be followed so that one may prosper in devotional life. The devotee, as one engages in bhajana kriya or the act of performing devotional service, may get attracted to certain Vaishnavas whom he accepts as one's all as a Shiksha Guru and follows particular instruction. It is also possible that the Shiksha Guru may initiate the devotee in Harinama. Though a devotee is introduced to Harinama by such initiation by an instructing Vaishnava Acharya, this Acharya will still be an instructing spiritual master, because Harinama is just an introduction to spiritual life where one gets serious in devotional service. As the living entity does more bhajana and gets rid of all the darkness in the heart by constantly chanting the holy name under the care of the instructing spiritual master, he may get attracted to the higher systems of devotional service where one takes devotional service with more seriousness and pursues it as the goal of life. When other material activities slowly start receding, one is encouraged to take Diksha. Diksha represents the second initiation, or where one accepts a spiritual master as one's life and soul. And there is a bond that is established between the spiritual master and the disciple in such a way that the relationship continues even beyond this Janma. And the Diksha Guru guides the disciple not only in this Janma but proceeds to come Janma after Janma so that the disciple reaches his final goal. This is the time when the disciple completely surrenders to the will of the Diksha Guru and does his mantras in such a way that finally he attains the service of the divine couple Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. A disciple may have many instructing spiritual masters, but the Diksha Guru or the initiating spiritual master is only one. We have to be careful so that as we embark on the journey of spiritual life, especially in the Gaudiya Vaishnava system, one should only take Diksha from one spiritual master, but for the sake of support in spiritual life, one can have many instructing spiritual masters. Hence, a person who follows spiritual life will have two types of spiritual masters: an instructing spiritual master, which can be many in number, and initiating spiritual master or the Diksha Guru, which will be only one. Text 36 and 37. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Ye Chai Guru Shiksha Guru, Ye Amara, Tari Sabara, Pade Padme Koti Namaskara. Translation. My instructing spiritual masters are Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. These six are my instructing spiritual masters, and therefore I offer millions of respectful obeisances unto their lotus feet. The basis of Gaudiya Vaishnava life is following the instructions of the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Here, the author pays obeisances to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. One who does not accept the six Goswamis of Vrindavan as their instructing spiritual master is not fit to follow devotional life in the mood of pure bhakti. A person who takes to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan as their heart and soul and follows their teaching is sure to succeed on the path of pure bhakti in the mood of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas of Vrindavan. Verses 38 to 41. Bhagwanera bhaktam yata shrivasa pradhanam tan sabhara pada padme sahasra pranama. Advaita Acharya Prabhura Amsha Avatara Tahara Pada Padme Koti Pranati Amara. Nityananda Raya Prabhura Swarupa Prakasha Tahara Pada Padme Vando Yara Munidasa. Gadadhara Panditadi Prabhura Nija Shakti Tari Sabara Charane Mora Sahasra Pranati. Translation. There are innumerable devotees of the Lord, of whom Srivas Thakur is the foremost. I offer my respectful obeisances thousands of times unto their lotus feet. Advaita Acharya is the Lord's partial incarnation, and therefore I offer my obeisances millions of times at his lotus feet. Nityananda Raya or Nityananda Ram is the plenary manifestation of the Lord, and I have been initiated by him. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances onto his lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the internal potencies of the Lord, of whom Sri Gadadhar Prabhu is the foremost. In the preceding verses, the Lord pays obeisances to Srivas Thakur, who is the foremost devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he pays obeisances to the two lords, Sri Advaita Acharya and Sri Nityananda Ram. Sri Advaita Acharya is the partial incarnation of the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Nityananda Ram is the first expansion of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Ram also happens to be the initiating spiritual master of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Gadadhar Pandit is one of the foremost energies of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadadhar Pandit also represents Srimati Radharani of the Vrindavan Leela. Thus, the author pays obeisances to these various forces of the Lord. Hari Bol.